This video is sponsored by Shortform. There's a reason why, in the event of a flight emergency, you must put on your own oxygen mask first before helping others. How can you expect to help anyone else if you are struggling to breathe yourself? This is the philosophy of the Sigma male. He will always prioritize his own needs, yet society insinuates that this is selfish, wrong, or immoral even, and that you should always put others first, apparently even if you are suffering. It's just as well then that the Sigma totally disregards these imposed social rules. And in this video we'll tell you 12 reasons why Sigma males are selfish, why it's a good thing, and why you should be too. Number 12. He can follow his own dreams. Goals don't just achieve themselves. You have to have grit, determination, and perhaps even more crucially, time. The Sigma works hard for his success, no doubt about it, but one of the reasons that he continuously makes progress towards his goals is because his precious time isn't spent serving the needs of others. He has the time to work on himself, and in this way he remains steadily moving forward towards the directions of his own dreams and ambitions. If you are more selfish with your time in order to take steps towards what it is you want to achieve, then not only will you be motivated to keep the momentum going, but you'll feel far more satisfied with your life overall, and may even find the time to help others when it's apparent you're getting ever closer to achieving your goals. Number 11. He has time for introspection. The Sigma likes to keep his dealings with other people to a minimum, thus freeing up time that he can spend understanding himself. He is highly self-aware because he prioritizes reflecting on his actions, emotions, and relationships, addressing issues with himself before things have the chance to get out of control. Being too selfless often equates to self-destruction, so by being proactive in taking sufficient time in your life to regularly self-reflect, you will prevent yourself from spiraling into negative headspace and sabotaging your efforts to accomplish your dreams. Now, before we get into the next point, we want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Shortform. Shortform makes the best guides to non-fiction books. Their superpowered book summaries are incredibly detailed, and they include interactive exercises for you to apply the ideas you just learned, aiding memory retention. They also add super smart insights, such as connecting ideas from one author to another, so you can develop a solid understanding as you build connections between ideas. On Shortform, you can gain new insights about a book you've already read, or if you're short on time, learn the key ideas about a book you want to read before purchasing it. Why not learn more about The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, Atomic Habits by James Clear, or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Shortform publishes new book guides and articles every week and covers all kinds of interesting topics, including comprehensive summaries on psychology, self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. And subscribers also get to vote on what books they would like to see covered. Shortform are kindly providing Bloke Box subscribers with 5 days of unlimited access and an additional 20% discount off the annual subscription. Join Shortform by clicking the link in the description below and get instant access to thousands of book guides for the price of just one book a month. And now back to our list with number 10. He increases his self-confidence. If anyone ever wondered where the Sigma gets his self-confidence, they may be surprised to learn that it really comes through his penchant for selfishness. The concept of true self-confidence is pretty elusive, and in order to capture it for yourself, like the Sigma male, the key is to value yourself enough to put living a balanced and fulfilling life as your top priority. By doing so, you will be primed to feel good in yourself and confident instead of feeling doubtful, tentative, and incapable of achievement. Number 9. He develops his resilience. We all experience tough times in life, sometimes difficult, painful, or both. But the difference is how we get through these times, and being selfish has a huge advantage when it comes to developing your resilience to the obstacles that life throws at you. Part of being selfish is looking out for number 1 and taking care of your own needs. By taking care of himself first, the Sigma is always in a better position to deal with life's challenges and setbacks, and this is why he emanates such resilience and strength to those around him. Being selfish means you will generally be happier, calmer, and have a good handle on the main aspects of your life, so you'll be able to deal with the more negative situations much more effectively. By allowing yourself as much space as you need for your own needs, you'll give yourself enough breathing room to address and overcome those annoying obstacles and difficult challenges. Number 8. He increases his levels of self-worth. Self-worth is all about how you feel about yourself, not what you've done or achieved. It's all about the value you place on yourself and whether you feel you are truly deserving of good things. The Sigma doesn't feel the need to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. He has no time for that, as the way he sees it, those kind of people don't have a lot of worth for themselves. The Sigma bases his worth on who he is, not what he does. By not doing the same, you will be in for an anxiety-ridden, stress-filled ride. High self-worth is directly connected to the amount of time you dedicate to yourself. There's no avoiding it, it's a two-way relationship. You can't really have one without the other. It's also closely connected with thoughts and replacing any negative thoughts about yourself with positive ones. The Sigma has very high levels of self-worth. So by default, he's more likely to think positively of himself and spend time taking care of himself, which in turn continues to fuel his perceived self-worth in a positive cycle. Possessing a higher sense of self-worth will allow you to enjoy the life you already have, not the life you think you need. Number 7. He doesn't live by others' expectations. Totally oblivious from the way he disengages from the social hierarchy, of course, the Sigma male lives life in a way that he sees fit, regardless of what may be expected from others. It may appear that being selfless is a great thing in comparison to being selfish, but in reality it just strips you of any control you have over the type of life you lead. Selflessness essentially translates to always being at the beck and call of other people, which automatically means you are living by their expectations of you. It's perfectly normal to want to make an effort not to disappoint the important people in your life, to not want to let down your parents or your partner, and so it becomes easier to just do what they expect of you to avoid any drama. But that's not going to serve you well in the long run. The only way to be truly happy is to live life by your own expectations and standards, and never selling out just to keep the peace. Number 6. He values himself. It's fair to say that the idea of being selfish has been given a bad rep over the years, but the Sigma has re-examined what it means to put oneself first, and in fact, it takes a significant amount of bravery and courage to stand up and proudly show to others, and even yourself, that you are worth it. Being selfish is all about appreciating and valuing your time, your health, your thoughts and opinions, and this is how you set yourself up for success, and importantly, knowing that you deserve it. The Sigma may be selfish, but this is why he is pretty much always on top form, and is therefore able to always give his best to those he loves and the world around him. Number 5. He is his own number 1. Why do some people take such issue with those who think about their well-being over the needs of others? If they stop to really think about it for a moment, they may realize that we aren't necessarily talking about selfishness, but rather selflessness to ourselves. It's perfectly fine to see yourself as your biggest priority, and the Sigma doesn't see this as a negative thing, which is why he will never put his own needs on the back burner. He works on fueling these first. To be the best version of yourself, take the Sigma's lead and ensure that you are your biggest cheerleader and your biggest priority. If you don't, and you instead give priority to helping fulfill the needs of others, then you will never find the time for self-improvement or to just have time to yourself. To be selfish like the Sigma male, you need to learn how to truly love yourself. Number 4. He has self-love. The reason that the Sigma is able to be his number 1 priority is because he has a high level of self-love. This doesn't mean he's fallen in love with himself and wants to tie the knot in some self-uniting, sologamous marriage, which is a real thing by the way, but he cares about himself enough to want to take care of all his needs, physical, emotional, and even spiritual. And on that note, self-love can seem almost spiritual in itself, even deepening one's spiritual relationships on the whole. The Sigma doesn't compare himself to others, and one of his virtues is that while he is aware of others around him and all of their qualities, the Sigma is aware and focused on himself and his own goals. To reach a Sigma level of self-love, you must stop all negative thinking and make a conscious effort to change any negative thought that enters your head into a positive one. Show yourself self-love by supporting yourself, praising yourself, and forgiving yourself when you make mistakes, always seeing them as a chance to grow and improve. Above all, do the things that make you happy and have fun. We are all on this earth for a very finite amount of time. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Number 3. His selfishness promotes self-growth. By having this trait of selfishness, or as we prefer to say, selflessness towards yourself, you are enabled to work on your emotions, strengthen your mental abilities, and improve your attitude towards life in general. You permit yourself to grow as a person. The reason the Sigma values his time alone is so that he has the opportunity to do this very thing, which enables him to identify the areas he needs to improve on. This allows him to be the productive, empathetic, and rational guy that he is, and to develop himself in all aspects of his life, whether it be with his career, relationships, or life perspectives. When there is an opportunity for self-growth, you will attract the things that are best for your well-being. Number 2. His independence is reinforced. The Sigma is self-reliant, self-sufficient, and only depends on himself. No one can look out for you in the same way that you can look out for yourself, and this is why the Sigma continues to be concerned for his own well-being without seeing it as a bad thing. To defend yourself, what you have, and the choices you make, it may mean you have to be selfish sometimes, but it's for the best. Now, before we reach the final point on why Sigma males are selfish, if you're enjoying the content so far, then please consider helping us out and helping the channel to grow by liking and sharing the video. We appreciate it. And now onto number 1. He chooses quality over quantity. The Sigma isn't a social butterfly with tons of mediocre friends, as he chooses quality over quantity. He's quite happy with 1 or 2 exceptionally good friends that he can depend on. By choosing to think about yourself, you will have fewer choices and less availability, so this automatically reduces and streamlines your options. This quality over quantity focus is something that the Sigma applies in all areas of his life, as by doing so, he gives himself more room to make qualitative decisions, and in turn he develops and maintains a fuller, more well-rounded perspective on life. So, go ahead. Be selfish and choose quality over quantity every time. Thanks for staying with us until the end. We love hearing your thoughts, so make sure to let us know what you think about Sigmas and selfishness in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you're the first to be notified about our future uploads. And we'll see you next time.